The main way that COVID binds to our cells is through something called the ACE2 receptor.
I don't want to be a party pooper, but most experts and I were today years old when we found out that there was something called soluble ACE2, and Emmanuel tells us it can impair the antibody responses. Soluble? Did you say soluble ACE2? I'm going to quickly read his post and then I will break it down a little bit more. Soluble ACE2 refers to a form of the ACE2 protein that is released into the bloodstream. It plays a role in regulating blood pressure and inflammation. This suggests that the virus may bind to soluble ACE2 in the bloodstream, allowing it to spread more easily and potentially leading to more severe symptoms. In this study, they postulated that high serum concentrations of soluble ACE2 might mask the spike and interfere with antibody maturation toward the receptor binding motif. Soluble ACE2 concentration is increased in moderate and severe COVID 19 patients. Circulating soluble ACE2 correlates with mortality in COVID 19. A large fraction of serum soluble ACE2 is inactive and binds the SARS-CoV-2 spike. Serology suggests that soluble ACE2 impairs generation of antibodies, preventing receptor binding domain ACE2 interaction. Soluble ACE2 interferes with the germinal center reaction in silico. Our work suggests that substantial shedding of the ACE2 ectodomain occurs during the SARS-CoV-2 infection, and that decoy receptors with high binding affinities can negatively impact humoral immunity by masking the most vulnerable sites of the virus. ACE2 can be released after spike binding, and the receptor is widely expressed in healthy tissue. Yeah, so in short, I commented this on Emmanuel's post. So ACE2 can be cleaved to enter the bloodstream as soluble ACE2. Soluble ACE2 can bind to the receptor binding domain of circulating virus, which contributes to preventing antibodies being formed to target it, while cloaking the receptor binding domain from being identified by other antibodies, and taxis the virus elsewhere. Then soluble ACE2 dissolves and the virus can infect distally. Am I understanding this correctly? The thing is, scientists be busy, so when Emmanuel liked my response, I'm taking that as a confirmation. Combined with the fact that he didn't like any of the other responses that weren't, I don't believe, accurate. So yeah, that's fun. Thing is, I can't even be mad at the virus this time. This is just something our body does, and the virus just exploits that. If you still feel like it's not exactly clear, let me know in the comments because I just drew out a bunch of note cards for my SARS-CoV-2 journal that I keep. Is that weird?